Hello people, and my name is Bichek, and this right here is the HP Spectra 13 x360 convertible laptop. Yes, convertible because it has a 360 hinge, which means you can flip it right around and have it as a tablet, or you can also leave it as your usual traditional laptop, which means you need the keyboard because you want to get some work done. Now, let me surprise you a little bit. How about having it in tent mode, which is this way? Now look at that. Or stand mode, which is this way. And these features are really preferable if you just want to relax and watch videos or browse through your gallery. Now this is really stylish and flexible, isn't it? Okay, now let me take you through a journey in unveiling the special features of this laptop. You can get it in either 10th generation Intel Core i5, 10th generation Intel Core i7, 8th generation Intel Core i5, and of course 8th generation Intel Core i7 processor types, depending on what you're more comfortable settling for or what your pocket is more friendly with. You understand that? Now this laptop is pretty slim and light, but that means, you know, it is very easy to handle while working on it. I know when you're carrying out those heavy tasks on it, it's really slim. So I said so because it has a 16 gig RAM, which can be upgraded to a 32 gig RAM, a 512 gigabyte internal storage, and a maximum storage capacity of a whopping 1 terabyte fast PCIe SSD storage. Whew. Now this computer can actually fly when you're working with it. You understand that? Wait a minute. This is supported by Windows 10 operating system. One of my favorite. I actually like Windows 10 and I sure know you do too. Now look at these display features. With a 13.3 inch and of course a resolution of 3840 by 2160, you're sure to get a very nice and a clear view of display. Also, it has an Intel Iris Plus graphic type. Also, it has an IO sensor, which means it can operate pretty well in low light and dark conditions, and that is something I am so into. And also with a resolution of 3840 by 2160, you're sure to get a very nice and a clear view of display. How about that? And I'm sure you don't want to operate your system in a very high light area, and of course you're seeing kind of blurry views and some shadow views. You wouldn't like that. So this system Spectra 13 x360 got you covered on that area. So you see, when it comes to the display, this system got you covered in that area. I can also forget to mention the Intel Iris Plus graphic type, because this system also is a graphic system because it has an 8 gigabyte graphic memory, a dedicated video memory of 128 MB, and a shared system memory of 8 gigabytes. And that is super amazing because it is simply fast when it comes to graphic works and HD video editing, graphic designing, and what have you. All those heavy tasks on system, trust me, this is what you've been looking for. Speed, isn't it? And this system is pretty fast. Now looking at the ports, we have a full-size USB 3A port, a 3.5mm FM jack, 2 USB-Cs, and an SD card reader. Now these 2 USB-Cs means you can plug in your high resolution mounters and external graphic card if you want to. It can also serve as a charging port to the PC if you use the bundle charger. Now also it has a micro SD card reader. So now let me say something about the size and of course how this laptop really feels in your hands while holding it. I can't forget to mention the distinctive angular edges that contributes to its unusual shape and size, because this is something that is really out of the ordinary. It doesn't look pretty much like your usual laptop. As you can see, this is pretty slim, and of course the angular edges gives it a fine beauty look. Now looking into it, it has a very nice keyboard setup here. The trackpad also is nice. I can't forget also to mention the Gorilla Glass touchscreen, because this is something I am so much into. The screen is highly responsive, as well as the trackpad, the keyboards, and also it has a keypad light, which means you can actually type comfortably in dark condition. You don't really have to worry, because I personally don't like putting lights on my system while I'm typing. I like typing comfortably in dark conditions, and this system has a keypad light, and that means you don't have to worry about lights while typing in the night. Also, it has a very fine-tuned B&O sound speakers that are pretty nice. I've tested them out myself and sure can tell you that these speakers sounds pretty good. So the whole body of this system is something that I'm so much into, because it feels really premium. This is just what you get. And of course, mere looking at it, you can feel it really doesn't have these high definitions, and of course these specifications I've just mentioned. So, and of course, when you get into this system, you discover that it's really, really powerful, and that is why I call it a beautiful machine. So, moving on, how concerned are you about privacy? Well, if you're really concerned about privacy, you don't really have to worry that much, because HP got you covered, and of course, they had your privacy in mind while designing this beautiful laptop. Remember I said something about this system having an IO sensor? That also means you can unlock it with your face. So, if you have a beautiful face, you can use it to unlock the system. Just kidding. So, moving on also, you can choose to use the fingerprint, because it has a fingerprint sensor that is built in on the palm rest just below the keyboard. So if you're more comfortable with fingerprints, you can use fingerprints. And moving on further, they didn't leave out the password input. So if you're really much comfortable with the password, you can stick to that if it is what you know. But trust me, I can't have a laptop that has a facial recognition feature and not use it. Of course, I would like to look at my laptop and say hello, and it opens. Do you know that with a single touch on a button, you can turn on the Sharp View privacy filter for the screen? And that means only you get to see what you're working on in your computer. So you don't get to worry about the person beside you looking at what you're working on. So if it is a high classified document you're working on, or something you wouldn't want someone beside you to see, you can turn on the Sharp View privacy filter for the screen, and it will reduce the viewing angles to only the opposite direction. So only you get to see what you're working on, no prying eyes. Moving on, still on privacy. If you turn on the HP privacy kill switch, which is this one right here on the right base of the laptop, once you turn it on, you're sure to disable the webcam. And that means you don't get to worry about the person at the other end seeing your disarranged room or your local environment. So if you want to keep it coded or you want to keep it cool, you might turn off the webcam by toggling this switch on the side, and of course it disables the webcam. You can still continue your video calls, but then they don't get to see you. That is what HP does to privacy, and that is how concerned they are about your privacy. So if you're looking for a laptop that can keep your documents safe, keep your important stuff safe while still working on it, this is what you would like to consider. Now, talking about style and of course colors and what people prefer. Personally, I don't have any favorite color. I just go for what I see attractive at the moment. But I believe a lot of people out there might want to go for different colors depending on what their specs are. So this very system comes in different colors. The one I have right here on the table is the silver color, and it has two other more colors like the gold, which is this, and of course the navy blue. So if you want to appear more corporate, or you want to actually look a little bit more sophisticated, you can go for the navy blue. And if you want to look rich and classy, how about the gold? And that is just it. So speaking about the colors, and these are the three colors you can get in the HP Spectra 13 x360. Like I said earlier, it feels really premium, very easy and light to handle. And of course, this laptop is super fast because the processor types are out of this world. 2 GHz processor speed. And of course, getting into this system, you get to unlock a whole lot of features that makes you feel more comfortable and relaxed while working with it. So if you're looking for a super fast, stylish, convertible laptop, trust me, HP Spectra 13 x360 is what you would like to consider. And it is worth your money. And that will be all for today. My name is Remains Bichek, and please do subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this. And of course, give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and leave us a comment if you want to ask some questions or say something to us. Goodbye.